everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a wonderful Saturday. I hope you are being safe and healthy and just staying inside as much as you can because shit is getting a little crazy outside. Today's video is a Survivor chit chat video. Let's talk a little bit about episode 7 of Survivor Winners at War. Okay, so as you guys know how I roll, we just go over the episode just a little bit, like we sprinkle over everything. We don't go into deep detail about every little thing. So episode starts with them on edge of extinction. Parvati and Sandra are basically talking about how they got there. Parvati's like, it was basically just me and Michelle, like, how did we get here? And then Sandra's like, F this place, I'm out of here. Like, this place is dingy, there's rats, their tent and their setup is rinkety, like, it is not cute, it is not for me, I'm not gonna waste my time here, I'm out. So she goes and she ends up, I don't want to call it quitting because I heard that they have the option of either staying or going. Like it's not in the rules that they have to stay on edge of extinction. So I don't really know if it's considered her quitting or just choosing to not be there. Regardless, she decides to go home because homegirl knows that she is not about that competition life and she's not going to sit there and waste her time, which I actually can respect. Like, would I be down to do that? I don't know. I mean, I probably would because that's $2 million that I need. But would I want to? Like, if I didn't need that money, would I want to stay there? No. So, but that's what ended up happening. Then the episode hops on over to the Blue Tribe. Yul is basically talking about how he did not appreciate how Wendell was acting in the previous night, or was it that night? Whatever, in the tribal that they were at where Parvati got voted out. And he just didn't like how Wendell was about to make a deal with Parvati and basically shit on their whole situation. Like, Yul was like, what the hell is going on? I did not appreciate that at all, which I get. Like, I would totally be on Yul's side also. Like, I would be the Yul. Like, whoa, I thought we had an understanding, but during tribal you were acting a little different and a little shady. What is going on? Wendell tells him that he appreciates, I don't know what is up with this angle, but there we go, that's a little bit better. Wendell talks about how he appreciates the honesty, blah blah blah. Of course my battery is going to. Wendell goes and talks to Michelle. I'm looking at my notes, by the way. Wendell goes and talks to Michelle. They have an awkward moment where he gets really defensive. Their whole situation, I don't know how they were ever in a relationship, but there seems to be a lot of tension, a lot of awkwardness, and I wouldn't want anything to do with either of them, to be honest. Like, I would hate to be Yul and Nick in a little camp stranded with those two. Like, just count me the hell out. Yul ends up approaching Michelle and is telling her that the conversation between her and Wendell sounded really awkward and he was really defensive. He was sort of being a support system to her, and he was talking about how he didn't appreciate Wendell's actions at tribal, blah blah blah. And then we find out that she actually ended up giving Wendell one of the tokens that Parvati gave her, because remember, Parvati gave her 2 tokens. Homegirl, Michelle, ends up giving Wendell one of the tokens. Like, I just don't know about Michelle. Like, I don't know how to feel about her. She frustrates me 99% of the time. I wish I could get her away from Wendell, because I feel like she might be a totally different kind of person around, like, away from him. She just seems really focused on revenge for Wendell. Like, he treated me so wrong and he did me so dirty, I'm gonna get him. But then she acts like she's with Wendell. Like, she really like, oh, please love me, show me attention, Wendell. That's the vibe that I get from her, and I just can't get with it. So the episode goes back to Edge of Extinction. Ethan is talking about how being there is a little depressing. He's having negative thoughts. He's talking to Parvati. Negative thoughts about, you know, like what if him being there like sparks up the cancer that he had again, blah, blah. Parvati like kind of calms him down, tells him to just be positive. You'll get through this. You've been through harder things. Like, you got this. And then Ethan goes to the flag and he finds a box that has individual scrolls. They all read it together, and it says that there are 4 fire tokens at the top of the island, and there's no limit. The limit does not exist for how many tokens that each person can get. So immediately, Rob books it, and it is a sprint race up that damn island, like. And we see Tyson find the first token, and he's very open about it. He's like, I found this token. And everyone else is like, well, where are the other 3? Where are the other 3? And everyone's like searching each other like, do you have it? No, I don't have it. Like, look, I don't have anything. And little does everyone know, Rob was actually like a slick, sly fox and found all 3 other tokens in a matter of like 5 minutes. I don't know how the hell his burly ass did it, but he did. He like made that island his BITCH, and he just found all of those tokens. I don't know if he told Amber that he found them or not. I'd be interested in that. Like, is he competing with Amber or against her? Like, did he tell her that he found the 3? Like, in a unseen clip or what? I'm curious about that. Episode hops on over to the Red Tribe. Tony feels pretty good with everybody. He's happy that Denise did what she did with Sandra because that makes her a bigger target, and you know he loves hiding behind big targets. Jeremy still thinks Tony, though, is the biggest target still there, so that's pretty funny. Kim feels really good with Jeremy and Denise. Denise talks to Kim about, you know, moving forward, working with Kim and Jeremy even after the merge, and Kim is like, hell yeah, let's do it. Like, I'm totally into that. Let's do it. I think Kim, who is actually my favorite right now, well, Denise, Kim, and Nick. I still have to have hope for Nick. Like, he's my top, now my only one that I had on my list to win now that Parvati's gone. But so I still have hope for Nick, Kim, and Denise. Those are my 3, I think, for sure. At least not on Edge of Extinction. If, you know, on Edge of Extinction, I love Natalie. I love, obviously, Parvati. And the person who left today in this episode. So, episode hops over to Green Tribe. Sophie talks about there being underlying tension amongst everyone. We see in the episode Ben kind of drilling Adam about him having the idol. Adam's like, I don't effing have it. Adam thinks that Ben or Sarah have it, which makes Sophie in a really good spot because we all know that she actually has it. So there's definitely tension amongst everyone else and Adam. Adam is definitely not putting himself in a good position at all. He's the kind of player that is like, I need to get to the merge because my tribe hates me and they're going to be getting rid of me. Like, get me to the damn merge now. Immunity challenge hops on up, and it is yet another competition with water, climbing, and puzzles, and it's something that I would never be able to do, so there's that. This time two tribes will have the opportunity to win immunity, which is awesome. There's no reward, so that kind of sucks, but yeah, so Green Tribe actually wins immunity first, and then the Red Tribe wins, which was actually pretty crazy because it was like down to a millisecond between Red and Blue, like down to a millisecond, and Red ended up pulling through first, which is great, but my boys Nick and Yule are on the Blue Tribe, so that sucks. Episode hops on over and follows Blue Tribe for the rest of the episode, and it's basically a cluster FUCK. Yule goes to Nick and is like, look, what are we gonna do? Nick is really frustrated because he thinks that Wendell is the reason why they lost the challenge, because Wendell was like showboating and focusing a lot on the other tribes, like getting their attention and stuff. So he thinks that Wendell is definitely the reason why they lost. I guess I agree. I don't really know. It's It's probably different if you're there, you know. I wasn't really paying attention to that. I didn't even realize that Wendell was like showboating or anything. I do remember a point where he was like, I need to get his attention, but I don't remember him focusing a lot, like to the point where it was distracting him from the puzzle. I don't know. Regardless, Nick thinks that Wendell is the reason. So there's that. So Nick and Yule are like, let's get Wendell out. We need to get Michelle. Michelle and Wendell are talking, and Wendell's like, we need to get rid of Yule. He thinks that Yule is against him, which he has become, and they just need to get Nick on their side. Yule ends up talking to Nick and Michelle. Michelle tells Yule about how she's like nervous about voting out Wendell because she wants his fire token. Yule comes up with a strategic plan of figuring out a way to still get Michelle that fire token if she votes with them, which actually ends up scaring Nick. It kind of like sparks suspicion in Nick and is like, whoa, Yule is pretty dangerous. He's very strategic. It's a little scary. Going into Tribal, Michelle and Nick were definitely kind of, they had their arguments for each person. You know, Wendell is a firecracker. He's kind of, you know, you don't really know what to expect from him, which is scary. Michelle wants Wendell gone, you know, that's her ex, and she kind of focuses on that, like revenge, whatever. And then Yule is very strategic, which makes him pretty dangerous, at least to Michelle and Nick. So they don't really know what they're going to do quite yet. At least that's how it shows on in the episode. So Tribal comes around, and there's like a lot of talking that I didn't really catch because it was kind of stupid. It was more of Wendell and Michelle. And honestly, I just can't stand either of them. Like, especially them together. Let me know in the comment section if you are having the same thought or thinking process towards Wendell and Michelle. I just find them both irritating, like, together. I would love to see them separate because I'm so irritated with both of them kind of picking at each other. It's so effing annoying. But then at one point, they kind of all get into a conversation where Nick talks about how if he were to go on the edge of extinction at this tribal and come back, he would still consider them all final four. Like, he would still want to work with them. Yule was sort of on the same page. Yule said, like, it would be really, really hard. I'd be really disappointed if you guys stabbed my back today. I feel like she's crying every time I do a video. I'm sorry, you guys, if you can hear her. But Yule was like, I'd be really disappointed if, you know, you guys stabbed me in the back tonight, but I would be open to working with you guys if I were to come back. Michelle didn't really say anything, but Wendell was totally not into it. He's like, hell no. Like, if you guys send me, don't consider me a working partner if we come back. Like, it's that simple. Which I actually would probably be the same. Like, don't stab me in the back and then want to work with me. It doesn't work like that with me, at least. Like, sorry. And unfortunately, my hunky survivor husband, Yule, ends up getting voted out, and I was so sad. I was about as sad as I was when Parvati left. Like, that just really, really hurts my heart. I love Yule so much. He has just such a positive energy, and he's just he seems like such a nice guy, and he's obviously handsome as hell. Like, I'm just really sad that Yule got voted out. He ended up giving his 2 fire tokens to Sophie and Sarah, which is cool because I like Sophie a lot. I still am not too sure about Sarah, but I do like Sophie. So that's just another fire token for her. But now I'm kind of like in a kerfunkle where I'm like, who do I want to come back from Edge of Extinction? You know, I have Natalie, Ethan, Parvati, now Yule, even Tyson. I like Tyson. Like, it's just, I don't know what her problem is. She's a toddler, you guys. Bear with me. And we've been quarantined, like, self-isolated. You guys have seen my vlogs. Like, we just need a trip to the aquarium or something. Please. Anyways, I don't know who I want to have come back from Edge of Extinction. I have so many options. So we shall see. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about this episode. I thought it was pretty good. I'm really into this season a lot more than I was last season, so that's always a plus. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I would. And if you guys are into it, please join me every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time on the TVCo app. I basically go live and we just chit chat about the previous week's episode right before the new episode. That way we are all caught up and our minds are fresh and we remember everything that happened so we can be focused for the new episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I love you all so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!